That was the best day of my life from American Authors, as taken from Delivery Man. Have you seen that?
I have not.
A few years ago, it was Vince Vaughn and an early film from Chris Pratt, I believe.
Yeah, you've tried to make me watch it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny.
I do like Vince Vaughn.
And Chris Pratt.
And Chris Pratt.
So let's give it a watch.
I'm not committing to that on radio.
Damn it. Okay, well, one film that we have both seen,
Yep.
that we're going to review right now, is Searching. So Searching is, I could describe it as a thriller.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Thriller/drama, as seen through the screens of a TV, a laptop, a computer, a phone, as a dad tries to search for his missing daughter. And I guess it's a tense drama.
Mm-hmm.
And not getting enough hype, in my opinion.
Definitely not, no.
But don't take our word for it. See for yourself. Here is the trailer for Searching, starring a guy whose name I'm not going to say because it's a film quiz question.
Damn it.
Haha.
Foiled.
This is the trailer for Searching.
Wake up, Daddy, wake up!
Hey, Dad.
Hey, sweetheart. Where are you?
Study group. I'm gonna go all night.
Oh, one more thing. I want to
Hi,
know
Dad.
about the final you took today.
Faster, faster!
I'm Margot. I'm 15. Student.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm calling to report a missing person.
Okay, who is this regarding?
My daughter.
I'm the detective assigned to your daughter's case. I need to know how everything unfolded.
Understood.
I think we're gonna go late, like, all night.
1. After a study session, Margot didn't return home.
Margot Kim. School has her marked as absent today.
2. She didn't attend school on Friday.
My daughter is in a lesson with you right now.
Margot canceled her classes 6 months ago.
And 3. She's been transferring funds for the last 6 months. We'll handle the ground investigation, but as a parent, you can help us with who your daughter talks to. Is that something you can do?
Yes. Do you mind answering some questions for me to help?
Did see her eat lunch alone.
On Thursday?
Every day.
You don't think she's involved with anything serious?
I know my daughter.
We're not really that close.
She has friends, right?
Kind of.
Why did you invite her to study group?
I'm trying to get into Berkeley next year.
When was the last time you saw her? She did not run away.
Local team has been missing since last Thursday.
She made a transaction of $2,500. I know my daughter. Where were you the night my daughter went missing? I know my daughter.
Look into her behavior also.
She gets a fake ID. I know my daughter. This is her keychain.
She was my best friend. You broke his jaw.
I know my daughter.
I'm trying to help you find my daughter.
I didn't know her. I didn't know my daughter.
So that was the trailer for Searching, starring Debra Messing, who you'll know from Will and Grace.
Yes.
And another guy.
I thought you were going to say his name.
Now, I guess the big question around this film is, because it all takes place through a screen, so we see what's on his laptop and his phone and on sort of TV news reports, is it just a big gimmick film? What do you think?
I mean, it is a gimmick, isn't it? And it was clearly just a way to sell the film.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's still a great film.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't need to do it like that. They could have just filmed it normally and it would have still been great.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the concept was actually strong enough that they didn't need that.
Yeah.
It shows almost a slight vulnerability by the filmmaker that they felt like they had to get some sort of gimmick in there.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, compared to other films that are shown like that, like Unfriended.
Yeah.
All through a laptop, it didn't feel gimmicky. It had a lot of it had a mix, didn't it? Where it was like the phone screen, the laptop, the TV.
Yeah, and they even got like webcam footage in there, so it kind of stepped out of just the office and the bedroom, which was good.
Yeah, and like security cameras, that was on there as well.
Yes. Yeah. So I think if you're put off by that concept because you've seen the likes of Unfriended and other films, don't be.
Yeah.
Because it's a good film that's executed well and it's got a really good premise behind it. And it actually, like, we're pretty competitive when it comes to trying guessing the outcomes of films, like halfway through. I don't think any of us called it correctly until at least sort of 3/4 of the way in.
Yeah, and even then you still doubt whether that's what's actually going to happen. Like, you're not 100% sure.
Yeah. And it's a classic sort of whodunit, I guess, just done with a slightly modern twist.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant, and I'd really urge everyone to go and see it, and don't be put off by the way that it is filmed.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't detract from the film at all. It does add to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the lead actor who plays the dad is very good, and everyone will know him from American Pie.
Yeah.
So they just think Kumar is in this new film. They obviously can't get anyone big. But actually, he's very good.
He is. I was very pleasantly surprised. He's a very good actor.
He is.
Yeah.
And also a good supporting performance from Debra Messing as well.
Yeah, she was fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very good.
So hats off to the casting team. And on that note, diversity is, I guess, the subject of this hour as we're talking about Black Klansman as well. But Sony were obviously very aware of the fact that they've cast an Asian family in a lead role, and that was unfortunately but laudably a breakthrough moment for big Hollywood films. And this is them discussing the impact and the context around that.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. The image of seeing an Asian family on screen in its own way was a big deal.
I love that the family happens to be Asian as opposed to their ethnicity being at the forefront.
911, what's your emergency?
My daughter is missing. Can you help me?
From day one, I wanted to cast John Cho.
John Cho helped open doors for a lot of Asian American actors.
Did she mention anything unusual? Was she acting strange?
He allowed other Asian Americans to rise up.
Our community is just as diverse as any other community. It consists of people coming from different experiences.
You don't think she's involved with anything serious, right?
This story could have happened to any family, and the fact that it happens to be Korean American, I think it's beautiful.
Nobody was actually her friend. I don't know who to talk to without calling every name I read online.
The film speaks to not only my generation, but generations to come.
Where were you the night my daughter went missing?
My dad wouldn't get it.
I saw this family that looked a lot like mine. The fact that it's not a big deal feels like a huge deal.
So, is Hollywood actually now putting diversity into practice?
Yes, but only because it feels like they're doing it because they feel like they have to do it. Which they do have to do it, but they should have done it a long time ago.
I see what you mean, but at the same time, I also feel like film plots tend to be cast for white Americans unless the script specifically calls for them not to be white Americans.
Yeah.
So the fact that they cast an Asian family in the lead role, I think, is still a massive step forward.
It is, and the fact that they've cast an Asian family, but in no way is the film at all about them being Asian.
Yeah.
They're just a regular family. Like, it could have been played by anyone, and I think it is fantastic that they haven't made it all about them being Asian. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
the typical stereotype Asian family that you would expect.
Yes, because I think diversity in cinema has for the last couple of years meant that they just make a lot of films. So look at Black Klansman, which we'll talk about later. It's Spike Lee, who's a black director, making a film about the persecution of black Americans for white audiences to enjoy. I think where this is much different is that it's actually saying it doesn't matter. We're not writing about race issues or anything like that.
Yeah.
We're just casting people that fit the part.
Yeah, and that is what is fantastic about it. I mean, none of them needed to be played by Asian actors.
Yeah.
And it was just, they were obviously right for the role. And like you say, they did it really well. They were brilliant. It was brilliant casting.
Yeah.
So it was just obviously the actors that fit the role, which was nice. And it doesn't happen a lot in Hollywood, like you say.
Yeah, so kudos to Sony for doing that.
Yeah.
And obviously the trailer and the videos were courtesy of Sony Pictures as well. Searching is in cinemas now. Hopefully it features high on the box office chart next week.
Fingers crossed, because it deserves to do well. It was a really good film.
It really does deserve to do well. And let's do an early buy, borrow or bin. What's your verdict on that?
I'll buy it.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely. So go to the cinema. It's there now. We really, really can't recommend Searching enough. It deserves more hype. But coming up, we're talking about BlacKkKlansman. We've got the answers to the film quiz. And we're doing more buy, borrow or bin. And that is after, it kind of feels appropriate, this song from Crazy Rich Asians, which is out in cinemas on the 7th.